Hi everybody, as promised I'm here to do the tutorial on the loop Christmas trees that I showed in the Christmas on a Dime YouTube hot video. And yeah, I've just been making trees like crazy. I have a whole festival of trees now. I've done a bunch more in different fabrics. I did go out and buy some of the fabrics and some I already had, or ribbon or what have you. So I'll show you those first, and yeah, these are earmarked to go to friends and family. A couple of traditional Christmas ones. Just used red gingham, and this is like a sparkly Christmas plaid. Super cute, very traditional. This is a cotton fabric, like a blue with snowflakes. And on the fabric ones, I'm just sticking with the basic topper, not putting, bling or anything on them. This was like from tree ribbon, and this one is very large, but it's a pretty sparkly blue burlap type ribbon. And it's a biggie. This one was also ribbon, like a crinkly green with gold. This is off-white sheer crinkled fabric, and I'm actually going to be making a bunch of these for work. So I love that. This was a burlap ribbon with some gold glitter sparkles, and I haven't shabbied it up. But again, really fun for a rustic type Christmas. This is some music fabric that I have, cotton, and I haven't shabbied that one up yet. I have no idea what this fabric is, but I absolutely love it. It's got a really interesting feel to it, but it's almost like the pattern is embossed in it. And I don't know if you'll actually be, yeah, you should be able to see the pattern, but I thought that was just really, really pretty. So even though it's monochromatic, it's got the gorgeous design to it. This one I absolutely love. It's a pink and gold fabric. I don't know if you can see the gold areas. And this one is kind of tall. So love how that came out. And this, I think, is my absolute favorite. I do need to go over all of these and put some of the fabrics or ribbon down on that very bottom edge to remove the white. But this is a red velvet fabric that had gold snowflakes on it, gold glitter snowflakes. And I'm not a huge fan of red, but oh gosh, I love how this came out. So those are the ones I've made so far, in addition to what you've already seen. Still need to get the heat gun on them and get rid of glue strings, but I'm going to do that all at once when I think I'm finished. And I know the title of the video says triple play. I'm going to get to that after the tutorial. Okay, so if you are using paper, just regular copy paper that you've printed on, and probably wallpaper also, you could still do this, where you can do double stick tape across the top of it, fold it up, stick it, and then you can cut your slits in it, And I did find that, with regular copy paper, if you're using double stick tape, yes, you can wrap this around the cone just like you would with fabric. So that would make a paper one a lot easier. Cardstock, probably a little too thick to manipulate like this. So, I mean, you could still fold it up and secure it, and then just cut your loops and attach them individually to your cone. Now, as far as making the cone, I mean, you can use any paper that you have on hand. I do like 12 by 12, and I've got a load of scrapbook paper that I don't do scrapbooking anymore, so this is giving me another way to use it. But what you'll do is from the corner, you're basically just going to manipulate it to go around, work out from underneath any any wrinkles, or you're not going to be able to get all the wrinkles out or creases or whatever. But I like to do one with cardstock because once I have the shape of it, I can use that as my basis to make more cones out of paper, which becomes a lot easier. So basically, once you've got your cone shape, you're just going to run some glue or double stick tape, whatever you want, on that edge. And I take it a little bit down the side also. And then just push it into place to secure it. And I'm gonna shove a little bit more down in there because the glue seemed to have cooled off quick enough. You do want to watch your fingers. And then with the bottom, obviously that's not going to stand the way it is. Great tussy-mussy form. Where you could, do something very decorative in this part that comes up. But for a cone that will stand, I'm just going to pick a point and just start cutting. And I'm moving the paper more than the scissors as I'm actually doing the cut. Just rolling this around. Okay, and then you just want to look and see if it's going to stand straight. And this one actually does. You can do some fine tuning, clip off a little bit more here, a little bit more there afterward. But then from here, I'll just use this as a sample because I didn't bring down any extra paper. You can just use whatever paper you're using and wrap it around to make your cone. So this obviously doesn't cover this cone, so you could stick another piece of paper here. You're not attaching it to this base. You're just going to do your glue on the paper that you're working with, or double stick tape, whatever you're using. You can attach another piece here, and then anything that's hanging over, you just use this as your guideline and snip off all that excess, and then you would have another cone to work with. So if you get a size that you like out of cardstock, instead of using that one to make your tree, unless you're only going to make one, then use it as your form, basically, to make the rest of your cones. So, I have a cone made, and I've pre-done a couple of strips. And This is a sheer curtain fabric. It's 3 inches, but it did curl some when it was torn, so it'll be a little bit less than that. But what you're going to do, if you're using hot glue, you have to be working on a non-stick surface, you know, a craft mat or what have you. And my glue gun is on the wrong side of me, so bear with me here. But what I do, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's get this in the right spot. Okay, so what I do is I go ahead and do a fold about halfway up, and then I'm going to take part of it and fold it back on itself and just hold it. And this really makes it easier to bring the fabric back up for the sides to meet the glue. And then I'm just going to run a bead down. You can use any kind of glue that you want, or double stick tape or what have you. I like the hot glue because it's quick and my fingers are kind of used to the heat. So, and then you're just going to press that down. Use your glue helpers if that's what you want to do. Peel it up, move it up some, then from the point where you glued, fold it back some more. Do another string of glue, tape, what have you. Pat that down, and so on and so on. And you would do that until you get to the end of your strip. You know, this one I just happened to go down the width of the curtain material, and I'm not about to try to like measure around the cone to see how long a piece I need. This is just way faster. And then I just go through. I just go down the strip. My scissors were working fine earlier. There we go. Probably because I cut the paper. And I just make my snips. Same thing as if you were going to do a loop flower. And I'm just kind of I'm eyeballing and kind of using my thumb as a guide, moving it down along the fabric. And I am not cutting all the way to the edge. So there you have a strip of loops. And I'm going to start with one that I've already glued and cut my loops. And I got strings everywhere. Okay, and I've got my cone. And what I do is I hold it like this. This is the side that's going to go against the cone. And I just do a little bit of glue just to get it started. Pick up my cone and kind of line it up with the edge. And if it goes over the edge a little bit, that's okay. And I press that down. Again, you can use any kind of glue or double stick tape that you want to use. And yeah, it's whatever works best for you. And let me zoom in a little bit again. Okay, so now it's attached to the bottom. So now I'm just going to run a bead of glue along the top of this strip. Wrap it, position it, and press it down. And I'm just going to keep doing that all the way around the cone, around this bottom edge of the cone. And when I can see the other end, then I'm just going to take it and overlap it and see where I need to cut. So preferably where there's no white space in between the where the ends meet. So that's the beginning. I'm taking this, I've got it right here, and I'm just going to snip this off. Now, like I said in the other video, you could, continue to go around and around and around, and you will probably get a spiral effect when you do that. And if that's what you want, that's great. I haven't done the spiral effect, so I don't know how easily it will work. Doing it this way, where you're basically one row at a time, super, super easy. Press that down. Okay, and then to start on my second row, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put glue on the piece that I want to just secure the row with, just right on the end. And I'm going to take it and try to offset it from where those loops met. Some of the loops will stagger, some of them will lay directly on top. But you've got it on there, and you're just going to keep repeating the process. Wrap around. And I'll tell you, I've used more glue sticks in the last week than I've used in the last year. So I think I must be filling up that creative void that I've had for most of the year, because I've been so freaking busy at work. Okay, and here I can see the end again, so I'm going to overlap it. Now this is like just meets it, so I'm going to just take one extra loop so I mean if you don't have to overlap exactly right at the edge here. You can take it a little bit further if you need to and want to avoid having white space. Okay, I didn't get it quite to the edge there. And I'm going to go ahead and just keep doing this. I'll probably fast forward it or do some fast play with it. But one thing, when you get to the end of your strip, if you'll have some left that might not necessarily be enough to do the very next row. Just go ahead and cut it, hang on to it, because you will be able to use it more than likely when you get further up the cone, and the piece that you'll need will be smaller. Okay, so from here I'm going to fast play for a little bit till I get to the top. Okay, so just about at the top here, and I actually have a little opening here on this particular cone, so I'm just going to fold that down because it's not one that I'm going to be sticking a popsicle stick with bling on it or anything. And I have some left here, but I think I want more to do my wraparound at the top. So I'm going to glue a little bit more and cut a little bit more of this down. Because, with the sheer fabric, I do want it to have a little bit of fullness to it. So it might take a little bit more for that top if you're using a sheer fabric or something very thin. Okay, just make a few more cuts. Should be enough. Okay, and so for the top, I'm going to hold the loops up. Put a little glue at the bottom end. Put that on the top, pretty much where the top of the loops are on your last row. And I'm just going to wind this around. Until I have it as full as I want it. And I only have a couple loops left on there, so I might as well just use them. Okay, and I will cut off the excess. And put some glue on that end. And secure that in place, and that is the topper. So that is the loop Christmas tree. And yeah, with the sheer fabric, I mean, you can just kind of pull on stuff and shabby it up, because there are going to be loose threads everywhere. I forgot to bring down my shabby tool. I think most of y'all know what that is. The nail buffer brush, pumice, all in one thing on a handle that you get from the dollar store. Okay, so there's the pink tree. So I hope y'all will give it a try. I'd love to see what you do when you do it, what you use, what worked for you, what didn't work for you. But super, super easy. And I will put a link to Tricia's tutorial on the loop flower down below. So that you can see how she does that. So this is just same principle, just doing it, shaping it and forming it in a different way. Now for the triple play. I am just blown away. I put up my first video 3 years ago in November. In November of this year, the third year, I got over 3,000 or reached over 3,000 subscribers. So thank you all so much for that. And this happens to be video number 300 that I've done. So triple play. So in honor of that, do a little celebration. I am doing a giveaway. As always, this is for people who are already subscribed to me prior to this video. and I don't want it advertised or anything like that. Don't promote the giveaway because I want it for those of you who have been hanging in here or have recently joined me prior to doing this giveaway, because it's for you. As a thank you, I appreciate it. I really appreciate all of your comments. I appreciate that you continue to watch even if I take a little extended absence. And it's just, it's always nice to hear from you all. And with the Christmas on a Dime, people's comments, it's been great reading comments from people who I know watch my videos, but I very rarely hear from them. And I know it's hard to comment on every video. I've been trying to keep up with things the last couple months, watching, and just haven't been able to comment on everything. Otherwise, I'd never be able to watch anything. So it is nice to hear from y'all, even if it is just popping up once in a while with a comment. I really do appreciate it. And so I'm going to do 3 prizes. I'm not going to tell you what they are until we do the drawing. And I think I'm not going to ask you to make anything. Maybe just tell me how you found my channel in the comments, and that will give you that will automatically enter you. And as long as you are subscribed over 18, and this is for international also. So that's it. Leave me a comment letting me know how you found my channel, and that's it. And I will do the drawing the same day in a separate video from the Christmas on a Dime giveaway drawing, which will be Sunday. That is 26, 27, Sunday, November 29th, I believe is the date. That's it. Thank you all so much for your support and your comments. I really appreciate it. It has been an awesome 3 years. I've really enjoyed doing the 300 videos for you. And that's it. So don't know when I will. Well, I'll definitely be back next Sunday. Don't know if I will be before then. So until then, hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. Don't go crazy shopping, because the holidays are about more than that. Yes, it's always great to get a good deal, but there's more to be thankful for. And I will hopefully see you all soon. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.